What's up guys, my name is JDCook5 and welcome back to an episode of the Create a Club series. Before we do get into this particular video, if you haven't done so already, please like, please subscribe and don't forget to hit that notification button so you never miss a video. We start off today on a really positive note, it has to be said. In the recent weeks we have had a few injuries in Charles John and Ibrahim Welch, and that has affected us as time has gone on. With the January transfer window, as much as I can sign free agents whenever I want, it just got me thinking, and I thought it might just be a possibility that someone might be on the list in the free agents that takes my fancy, and one of them was Carlos Rodriguez. He has literally wiped me out in terms of my budget and everything else, and obviously I can't afford to spend anything on players in that regard, but I thought this would be a great addition, and I wasn't too sure if I was able to get it over the line if his wages were too high. I didn't even scout him. I looked at his base stats. I thought, you know what, he will definitely suit the sort of position that I'm looking for at this moment in time. He can play in the centre mid role and he can play in the cam role. It's a decent price for ourselves being on a free. He's a 76 rated player and he's very, very versatile, and that's exactly what I want in a squad, and it's exactly what I've got. The first game that we do play is against Wrexham in the Bristol Street Motors trophy. I forgot to show the lineup, so here is the lineup. Munir in goal, Reyes and Amartys are centre-backs, Gibbons on the right, Lewis on the left. Rodriguez makes his debut in centre-mid with Prince alongside him there, with Hovirav just ahead of him. Flores on the left-hand side, Zedniais on the right, and Austin Parkin up top. We are facing Wrexham away from home. This is going to be a tough game for ourselves, the biggest game of the season as of yet, and it's going to be through the knockout stages. So if we lose this, we are out, but if we win this, we are through to the next round. I wasn't too sure to what to expect from Wrexham in all fairness, knowing that they are a league up. We start the game off fairly quickly here. Rodriguez picking out Austin Parkin. Zedniais is offering help out on the right hand side. He turns his man, he finds Hovirav there. Flores making the run, but he finds Austin Parkin. A really good pass, it has to be said. Unfortunately, the pass just wasn't enough to be able to play him in there, but he does get chased down, and they do clear their lines in that moment of time. As we look to be able to win back the ball there, Cannon picks it out on the left hand side. Wrexham really good in attack, and they've got some decent names on the pitch, it has to be said. They've definitely got the strongest squad on paper. It's just whether we're able to give him a game, but we've given an interception in a dangerous area. It's Austin Parkin one-on-one with the keeper, and he finds the back of the net. It's Wrexham 0, JD Cook FC 1, and Austin Parkin, that man again, wants the goals, and he's just been absolutely phenomenal up top. I mean, in fairness, as much as we was annoyed at Charles John getting injured, it's actually opened up the door for Austin Parkin a lot, and he's definitely proved his worth in this moment in time. Really good finish, really good interception, kept himself really cool, calm and collective, and he has nailed it into the corner there, making it 1-0 to JD Cook FC. Cannot be disappointed with that whatsoever. A really good ideal start, and hopefully it will continue. 10 minutes into the tie, Wrexham looking to get themselves back into the tie there. As you can see, as Cannon looks to be able to see if he can get on the left hand side. James McLean looks it onto Cannon there, and Bobby Gibbons getting strong in the tackle at the same time, really trying to get the ball, and he does really well to be able to win the ball at the same time. Many options are there as he looks to be able to switch side and find his teammate Jamal Lewis there, as he falls short there, falling to the floor, but it does go out for a throw. And the end of that particular attack for Wrexham as Marcelo Flores gets the throw and kick started there, as Rodriguez picks it out in the middle. Lovely pass over to Bobby Gibbons, and we've seen the first lights of Rodriguez so far in this tie, as Bobby Gibbons looks to be able to find his teammates on the right hand side. Zedniais is there in support there as he goes back to Gibbons. Good shoot, but he turns his man. He finds Rodriguez once again. A quick pass to Hovirav. This is good play so far, a decent effort, and a simple save made by the Wrexham number 1 there, as he looks to be able to clear his lines and create some sort of attacking options for Wrexham himself, as he finds James on the left hand side for Wrexham, playing it out from the back. Cannon is found. McLean makes a run there, as you can see, as Cannon looks to go back to his teammate James there. He skips past his Prince really nicely though, as he finds Cannon once again there. James McLean being picked out on the left hand side, skipping past Bobby Gibbons. Good play from Wrexham so far as they get themselves in good areas. Cannon looks to get the ball into the area. It's Rathbone. He heads it onto his teammate. It's Paul Mullin, and the Welsh Deadpool gets the goal. It's Wrexham 1, JD Cook FC 1, and that man, Paul Mullin, getting on the score sheet. Poor defending from the boys. It has to be said that Jamal Lewis could have done so much better in that opportunity to be able to clear his lines and just get rid of that play, and it wouldn't have been an equaliser, but it's a good header from Paul Mullin nevertheless. Munir couldn't do anything in that sort of situation, and unfortunately we are now level in this tie. It's been a bit of a tame first half, it has to be said. Both chances being taken by both sides, but nothing really else created in the first half. As we look to go in the second half now, Marcelo Flores picks it out on the left hand side, tries to get the ball into Hovirav. It It would have been a good ball, but it's denied by Barnett as they clear those lines, but only as far as Rodriguez. But that is a very poor pass to Zeniais, but he does pick it up. It's really good stuff from Zeniais. He picks out Prince there. Many options are there as he switches the side to the left-hand side. Jamal Lewis fancy charges from range, but he just strays wide, not challenging the keeper on this particular time, as we are going to make some substitutions in this tie. Then Gavin Wood is going to come onto the pitch for Prince, just to be able to freshen them midfield options and see what can be done in the latter parts of this game as we look to reach the 60th minute mark in the second half. Jamal Lewis is struggling to get forward there as Marcelo Flores chases the defenders down, and it's been a bit of a weird tie. We seem to be losing the ball a lot in the middle and the final third. In all fairness, the defence of Wrexham's is absolutely sublime. Nothing can be said in terms of being negative about them whatsoever, because they put on a really good display defensively, but the passing isn't living up. It's Parkin, Zedeniais, this is perfect, but another save made by the Wrexham keeper. Really good stuff, on his toes in that moment in time after a mistake made by the Wrexham defence, and we still are level. 9 minutes left to play. If it reaches the full 90 and no other goals are scored, it will be going to a penalty shootout. Parkin looking to chase down Boyles. It goes back to the goalkeeper there, as you can see. Wrexham playing it out from the back as James picks it up for Wrexham there. Really good opportunity to be able to go forward in these final few minutes, but he goes back there. Zedeniais chasing down the goalkeeper, putting him under some pressure as we look to be able to win the header. Reyes wins the header, finding Hovarath to Marcelo Flores on the left-hand side. This could be the last golf chance for JD Cook FC. It's Austin Parkin, and it rattles off the post. How that did not go in, I am not too sure, but the post denies him on this opportunity, and that is it. Into penalties we go. Wrexham take the first penalty, and it hits the post. They have been denied there, and that is a chance wasted as we look to be able to see if we can make the most of that. And Hovarath now misses a penalty. 2 penalties missed. Can Mullin take the penalty and score? Yes, he can. It's Mullin steps up for him and he scores. Can Reyes step up and take the penalty for JDQFC? And he goes straight down the middle, holding his nerve in that moment in time there, as we now have James McLean stepping over the penalty, and it's a simple penalty, sending the goalkeeper the wrong way. 2-1 on penalties then, as Rodriguez, the new man, steps up from the penalty spot. Can he convert his penalty? The keeper goes the right way, but it's nailed into the bottom corner, and it's now 2-2. Lee steps over the penalty now. Can he do something? The keeper goes the right way, and the keeper saves. Really good stuff right there from the keeper as Zedeniais has a chance to put his side in front on the penalty. Zedeniais steps over, and it's another save made by the goalkeeper. Then level as time as convert it on that moment in time. Every time they miss, we seem to miss. It's really frustrating, but Marcelo Flores steps over the penalty then to take it to sudden death, and it's straight down the middle then. Sudden death it is, and the first person to step up is going to be Dobson. He steps up and he sends the keeper the wrong way. Really good penalty from the Wrexham player then as Parkin steps over. He scored a goal in the game. Can he score the penalty? Yes, he can. Sends the keeper the completely wrong way. 4-4 on penalties then as Rathbone looks to step over. He has got an assist so far. He scores the penalty also, making it 5-4 in penalties. Bearing in mind, if we are to miss our next penalty, we are out of the competition. Gavin Wood steps over the penalty. Doesn't look confident, and the keeper saves. It's a very good save, and that is heartbreaking this tie. And JD Cook FC are out of the Bristol Street Motors trophy. We'll have another crack at it next year, but for now, unfortunately, we are out. It's a big sucker punch, it has to be said. But it's one of those, we just have to accept it for what it is and move forward. A really good game against Wrexham nevertheless, but we have to move forward into League 2 action against Barrow AFC, then looking for a win in this particular tie. We've got the best away record in the league so far. Let's hope we can put this to this particular tie. A few substitutions in terms of changing it out compared to last game. Harris comes in for a Daniel Marty, Gibson comes in for Jamal Lewis, and we've also got Elliot Tommy on the left hand side and Mason Cunningham up front. So a few changes. Obviously changing it up can mean a little bit of a difference in terms of the performance in the side, but let's hope for all 3 points away from home. When we simulated this tie against Barrow, we actually lost out, and Barrow start off the game really strong here. Mahoney finding Telford in a really good dangerous position, but Harris sprung into action there as he puts it out for a corner kick. Yet to create anything in this first 10 minutes or so as Barrow look to be able to playing it about nice and comfortably. They haven't really had the best of seasons, all fairness, Barrow either, so they should be there for the taking. And Rodriguez makes a really good interception high up the pitch there, one-on-one with the keeper. He could do square it, and it hits the post once again there, as you can see. Not having much luck in the ties, we hit the post once again there, and this could be the perfect chance there. Rodriguez played him once again, but the ball just strays a little bit too far away from him, and we can't take our opportunity in that moment in time. Still remaining in possession, Gavin Wood picks out Mason Cunningham then with an opportunity to be able to find Rodriguez. He does exactly that. Mason Cunningham is looped over the top. It's Mason Cunningham, and how he has not larruped that in front of goal, I'm not too sure. A soft touch, it has to be said, and we go into the second half 0-0. A really boring first half, nothing really courageous creative from either side, it has to be fair. Just trying to see what we can do. Scott on the right hand side filling it in for Bobby Gibbons, tries to win the ball but he doesn't, but we do remain in possession. Prince finding Gavin Wood there with an option to find Mason Cunningham as he looks to be able to get past the defenders and create something. He goes back to Tommy Elliott. Elliott tries to get a ball into the area but he's blocked off, so he goes onto the edge of the area of Rodriguez. He skips inside. Really good turn from Rodriguez. He finds his pace and that is a very good effort denied, and how that does not go in from Zed Enquires I will never know, in all fairness. As you can see, the manager and the substitutions thought that should be the case, but substitutions to be made there. Austin Parkin wasn't fit to start, but he does come off the bench there. As we change things up, Hoverath is going to come on for Gavin Wood, and we're going to try and see if that kind of sharpens things up in midfield. But you just never know. It feels like one of those games that could stay 0-0, or we could get something from this there. Rodriguez getting wiped out in that moment in time. A really good attack would have stemmed from that, and surely we are expecting a yellow card to be issued for one of the Barrow players. I'm not too sure who it is, and it is a yellow card, and it is for Dean Campbell, one of the defenders for Barrow. But the clock is ticking. Barrow haven't really created anything as of yet in the second half. Neither had they the first half, unless it was that opportunity where Harris denied him. But in all fairness, it's been a really poor second half from ourselves. Not really creativity wise whatsoever. But we do win the ball back in a really dangerous area. Prince finding Hoverath there as he looks to offload it to Tommy Elliott on the left hand side. To Parkin it goes there. Hoverath making the run, and this could be the moment it opens up for JD Cook FC. He's in on goal. This is the moment, and the moment is taken. It's Barrow 0, JD Cook FC 1, and it's taken us 81 minutes in game to be able to break the deadlock, but we have finally done so thanks to the efforts of the super sub Hoverath. He doesn't really get a monster goals that often. He's more man to be able to assist his teammates, but this time he does get a monster goals, and that is a fine effort taken there. The play was so sublime, and a substitute in Austin Parkin making the assist also, so I couldn't really complain about this whatsoever. Really good stuff from the players. It was one of those where I just didn't really expect us to do anything at that point in time, but we have got a goal, and whether that's going to be a victory, I'm not too sure, but we're knocking on the door for a second here as Prince looks to find Rodriguez. Rodriguez striding forward, having a great League 2 debut, may I add, and that is a very good effort denied by Farman, putting out for a corner kick, but that is enough to get the win. It's Barrow 0, JD Cook FC 1, and we do walk away victorious. I wouldn't say it was a glorified performance by any means. There was a few decent individual performances, but overall it was fairly poor, it has to be said. There's nothing really creativity wise, and we just struggled to be able to get forward. I felt Mason Cunningham being up front kind of isolated us a little bit more, but we couldn't start Austin Parkin because he just didn't have the fitness to start off with. But a win is a win at the end of the day, and we have claimed all 3 points away from home, and on to the next we do go. As you can see, Rodriguez did actually pick up the man of the match. So the first League 2 game he does play in, he does get man of the match, which is really good to see in all fairness, because I reckon he is an absolute phenomenal addition to the side, and he's definitely something that we've been looking for in terms of the creativity and going forward side in our midfield, because I just think we lack a little bit in terms of having Ibrahim Welch on the sidelines, and that's been a big factor of this particular signing. And he'll definitely partner up well when he is fit, and we've got 3 players. Also, with the man of the match from Rodriguez, that puts himself into the team of the week. The only JD Cook FC player to get into the team of the week, but he has done so, and a fair play to him, and a cracking start from the Mexican midfielder. Simulation game to now play against Salford as we look to see if we can get 3 points on the road, and we definitely have done that there. As you can see, Parkin and Marcelo Flores getting a monster goals. Parkin with 2, Marcelo Flores with 1. Hoverath missing a penalty in the first half also, but a clean sheet against Salford, a very good win on the road, and that extends our away record even further compared to the other sides. With that victory over Salford in mind, the Team of the Week gets even better for us there, as you can see, with a few more players featuring in the Team of the Week. 3 to be in fact, Luis Flores and Parkin, the most that we've ever seen featured in a Team of the Week so far. So we are on the up as a side, and individual players are being noticed on social media. We have our last game that we're playing against Colchester, the team that we first played at the start of this series there. Austin Parkin being noticed for 2 goals in his previous match. Looking for a win against Colchester, in all fairness. They're not having a very good kind of mid part of the season, shall we say. We've got a strong side there on offer. I'm not going to run you through it, but as you can see, we've got normal faces in there, and it's looking a pretty strong squad. In all fairness, with that implement of Carlos Rodriguez, it has made that midfield just that slightly better, especially with Prince alongside him. Even though that they haven't had the best of seasons so far, Colchester, I was still expecting a game and so forth. We did actually choose them to be our rivals, so it's that sort of rivalry in between. Munir makes a very good save early on, that kind of sets the tone for this particular tie as we look to be able to counteract that and create an opportunity for ourselves. Austin Parkin picks out Hofrath on the left-hand side there as he looks to be able to make the inside run there. He turns his man, he finds Marcelo Flores once again, many blue shirts in support as the header is won by the Colchester defence. As we look to be able to latch on to the interception, Rodriguez can't be successful in that moment in time, but Jamal Lewis now chasing the attacker down, as Marcelo Flores picks up the scraps in that moment in time. Hofrath finds Austin Parkin, Zedenias is there, looks to cut in on the right, but he cuts in on the left, and the rest is absolute history. What a goal that is from Zedenias. He never fails to entertain when he is in front of goal, and once again he's got another one to add to his tally. That moment in time where he picked it up on the right, he looks like he's going to cut out on the right, but he just scoops in on the left, and that is a really good finish, it has to be said. The defenders just didn't know what to do in that moment in time. He struck it so well, being able to kind of have it where it goes off the post and onto the other, just going past the line there, and it is a very good finish nevertheless. I thought he might be unlucky just hitting the post, but it is a very good finish, and that set the tone for the game, as I said, as 33 minutes into the tie. Prince with a lovely challenge, finding Bobby Gibbons on the right hand side as he plays a direct ball to Zedenias. Austin Parkins offering support, he finds the gap. The play is just something else, and are we watching Barcelona or are we watching JD Cook FC? Austin Parkins celebrating with Bobby Gibbons there as he kind of started that little bit of play off, but a sublime ball from Zedenias, a goal and assist to add to his name in this tie, and things are working out pretty well, I have to say, and it's just really kind of, it's exciting to see, definitely, because from a development side, Austin Parkins been at the club since we started, Bobby Gibbons at this club, so we've actually used players that we originally kind of started with, which I really like to see, and I like developing players and seeing what they could become in time. So the future is bright, but we still continue on in this game. 2-0 up, bearing in mind 38 minutes being played. It's been a very good half for JD Cook FC so far as we look to be able to chase this ball down, and it is a poor ball being made, and Austin Parkin is going to snatch them up any day of the week. You do not give that man any time in front of goal, because it's JD Cook FC 3, Colchester United 0, and I'd like to say with only 40 minutes being played, that's pretty much your game there and there. But you can't tempt fate, but being 3 goals up in this sort of position, knowing that we've only got another half to play, you pretty much know the general consensus for the end of this particular tie. Austin Parkin just hot on his feet, a simple finish on his right foot, nestling into the bottom corner, and that is a decent goal made from himself. As we go into the second half now, 48 minutes being played, Colchester not learning from their mistakes, passing it out from the back as we look to be able to chase down this bit of play there as it goes back to the keeper, but the keeper can only clear it as far as Daniel Marti as he heads it onto Reyes, his teammate. Rodriguez picks it out in the middle with a lovely pass to Hofgraff. He finds the gap. He scored against Barrow. Can he score against Colchester? Of course he can. He's got some confidence behind him, and that is a fine finish into the top corner as he does with Sui celebration there. As you can see, I love a bit of that from Hofgraff. It's really, really good stuff. I'm really happy to see, and to be honest, this whole lot of stuff is just kind of working the way it should be, and this game is just absolutely perfect. As you can see, I'm kind of really lost for words in what I can really say for this team, because they surprise me every time they go on the pitch. In all fairness, there's no way that I expected this sort of level from this sort of side, but we can definitely compete in a higher league once we do get there, and it will be interesting to see when we do. The keeper could have done slightly better in that moment, but it guides itself into the top corner eventually, and he finds himself with a goal, making it 4-0 to JD Cook FC. We are absolutely running away with this particular tie now. Nothing in our way to stop us as Zedenias finds Parkin there with a decent position. He looks to skip past the defender on and search for his hat-trick as Zedenias goes back to Prince. Prince now to Rodriguez there, getting involved once again there, Rodriguez, and the block just sends it out for a corner kick. But it's nothing really much else in this game to really say, in all fairness. Knowing that we're 4-0 up, we're kind of seeing the fixture out because we know we've got the victory. It's just being cool, calm and collective in the moment. Prince gets absolutely wiped out in that moment, but it will be a yellow card for Ellis Indanalo, and that is it. Nothing really amounted from the free kick, and that is a big victory for ourselves. A big statement being made, getting a 4-0 victory against Colchester and another win at the JD Cook Arena, and we're really starting to establish ourselves in this league. Hopefully we can just let it continue and be more consistent as time goes on. Austin Parkin, a big noted factor, 2 attempts, 2 goals, really good performance for himself. Zedenias, a really good performance. Hofrath, the defence, keeping a clean sheet. I mean, what more could you want in this particular tie? 4 goals, a clean sheet and a top performance from the boys, and we round it off with a victory against Tranmere Rovers, a 2-0 victory. The only noted factor was Prince was sent off in that particular tie. Thanks to the efforts of Hofrath and Zedenias, it secured a win at home against Tranmere Rovers as we do the double over them. But yeah, really interesting to see. Prince will be excluded from the next game as he was sent off in that tie, unfortunately, and it was just one of those. But the table is looking very, very healthy. As you can see, Colchester right down in 18th place there. So you can see it's a big plummet for themselves. Looking near to the top of the table there, it's looking interesting. MK Dons have switched with Bristol City as they move themselves up into second. But as you can see at the top, we are absolutely running away with things. 14 points clear and a game in hand on MK Dons. We've played 29, we've won 20, we've drawn 5 and we've lost 4. Only time will tell until we actually be crowned champions already in February, bearing in mind. So we've still got probably about 17 games left or so left to play, but we are absolutely running away with things. It was tight at one point, but we've really got some consistency about ourselves, and there is no stopping us now. But that is it for this particular video. I hope you guys have enjoyed this one. Please like and subscribe for more content, and don't forget to hit that notification button so you never miss a video. Cheers.